This next comic, you've seen him at the P. Diddy parties. Please welcome David Campos.
I like hats. Not cats. Fuck cats. They know what they did. But back to the hats. I like hats, but it doesn't matter the time. It doesn't matter the place. As soon as I put on a hat, I look like I'm ready to pick some crops. I'm like a Latino Superman, except you know when Superman puts on his glasses, he turns into Clark Kent? Not me. As soon as I put on a hat, I turn into Juan. Being a Latino superhero would be pretty cool though, but if I was one, my name wouldn't be something grandiose like Superman. That's a little too close to the master race for my taste. But my name would be something simple and humble that would reflect my ability. Something like Manny, which would be short for manual labor. I think we got superpowers all wrong, though. A lot of people want the cool superpowers like flying and super strength. I think we should be focusing on turning our weaknesses into our superpowers. For example, my biggest weakness is asking for help. It's hard for me to ask for help. So asking for help would be my superpowers. That way, the next time I see an old lady getting robbed, I can spring into action. I can be like, wait right there. I'm going to go get some help. Pets are great, aren't they? We love pets, and pets love us. But I think pets love us a little too much. You ever just being at home hanging out, and you look over, and you catch your dog just staring at you? And then he does one of these. Right? He just winks at you out of nowhere, and you're like, is my dog trying to fuck me? I give him a look like, buddy, chill, I'm with my girl. He doubles down, and he does it again with the other eye. And that's when I realized that it took me forever to teach him to sit. Now I got to teach him no means no. Fuck. I love that dog. He's dead. He's dead now, just straight out dead. But when he died, I realized that that was the longest relationship I had ever had in my life. So I decided to give relationships a break. And it's been about 3 years. But recently, there's a cat that's been waiting for me when I get home. Just a stray cat. And at first, I left her alone. But after a while, I started feeding her. And then I started petting her. And eventually, we built enough trust, and I let her in. And she would just hang out while I watched TV all day. It was great. I guess you can say things were getting pretty serious because eventually I let her spend the night. It was awesome. Like, the next night I was so excited to see her, but when I got there, she was waiting for me. She had a litter of kittens waiting for me. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't what I signed up for. I think we should see other people. But by far the hardest part about that whole experience is that now I have to ignore all the cat calls at 1 in the morning. Like, round, round. You should get checked out. Being in love is great, isn't it? If you being in love feels like being on drugs. Yeah, you feel better, you're nicer to people, and it'll make you do crazy things like run a 5K. You guys don't like running 5Ks? All right. But if you've ever been in love, you've most likely also experienced heartbreak. And heartbreak actually has the same symptoms as going through a drug withdrawal. Being deprived of love will straight up have you acting like a crackhead looking for the next fix. Like, come on, man. Let me get a hug. Let me get one more hug. I'll suck your dick. Oh. I don't know if you're for dick sucking or against it. All right. Looking for love is tough, especially if you're looking for love at the dive bar. Looking for love at the dive bar is like going to a used car lot. It's going to be a while before you find the right one. You're going to see all sorts of colors, years, and models. You're going to be like, that car's check engine light has been on for a while. That car identifies as a motorcycle. And, oh shit, that one has kids in the backseat. I'm getting older and it's important for me to stay in shape. I like working out because it helps me stay young and feel young. But no matter how much I work out, I have nothing on biblical people. You see, biblical people live to be like 900 years old. How fit do you have to be to live that long? That's why you always see a shredded Jesus on the cross. Posing like Mr. Olympia, like, ah! Just good genes. Just good genes. Which is probably why everybody wanted to nail him. Have y'all ever noticed that only brown people name their kids after their prophet / Lord and Savior? You've met a Jesus, you've met a Muhammad, but the only time white folks name their kids after their Lord and Savior is when it's like, Jesus Christ Chase, get off the fucking roof! It's tough being a man nowadays. It's tough. According to the latest studies, we're having less sex than ever. We're falling behind women in college education and home ownership. But apparently, we're number 1 in women's sports. I'm testing that one out. I'm going to keep it. I noticed there's a lot of Amber Alerts in Texas, but I've noticed that there's no alerts for men out there. There's no Bert Alert out there. I mean, I think it's a marketing problem because when you hear of a kidnapping, that sounds pretty serious. But imagine getting a Bert Alert on your phone, letting you know that somewhere out there's a man napping. My first thought is, that guy must have had a long day. Leave him alone, he's trying to rest. I've lived in some bad places. I used to live in a place where every time I brought a girl over, she would ask me, do you have a bathroom? I don't even think she needed to go. I think she took a look around and said to herself, there's a good chance this guy does not have indoor plumbing. I better ask. All right, the most interesting spot I've ever lived on is a haunted house. And the most interesting about that is that I lived with a ghost. I had a ghost for a roommate. And the hardest part about that is you have no privacy. I'd be in my room doing my thing like, oh, baby. Oh, mama. And I'd hear, ooh. What the fuck was that? Oh, baby. Oh, mama. Ooh. I turn around and I see Casper the Friendly Ghost with his dick in his hand. And I go, what the fuck you doing, ghost? And the ghost goes, ooh, I like to watch. Thank you, everybody.